Hi everyone, this is Anand, Assistant Professor, Department of Bioinformatics, Vigyan University. So, I am teaching subject Ethics and Intellectual Property Rights. First of all, I will discuss about ethics, and after finishing ethics, and then I will discuss about bioethics. So, we are all after finishing ethics and bioethics, so we can learn all these. So, first of all, we can understand what ethics means and know the difference between ethics and morals, and identify examples of ethical and unethical behavior, and understand why ethics is important in daily life and profession. So all these objectives, so after finishing this class, so we can get, so what is the meaning of ethics and what is the difference between ethics and morals, and also I will give examples of ethical behavior and unethical behavior, and also I will tell why ethics is important in our daily life and different professions. So we all know that, so first of all, ethics means, so it is a part of philosophy that studies what is right and wrong behavior. So ethics tells about what is right, what is wrong, what is good and what is bad. So for example, so have you ever felt any time before doing anything, is this right or wrong? So before even told anyone. So when situation comes, whenever we want to do any task, so have you felt any time, we are doing this one, so is it right or wrong? So have you felt any time before even told someone anyone to about this, don't do this thing, this is right or wrong? So ever felt any time, have you felt any time the situation comes? So this is about the, so what is wrong and what is right. So it tells about the human behavior, and also it helps us understand what is good, what is bad and how we should live. And also ethics is also called moral philosophy and teaches us how to make good decisions. So ethics tells about the, so ethics is like rules or principles that help us to decide, so what is good and what is bad and what is right and what is wrong. So this is about ethics definition. So ethics is the study of what is right and what is wrong in human behavior. So it helps us to ask these questions, ethics related questions. So is this the right thing to do? Is this the wrong? Why should I act this way? So when situation comes, so have you felt any time, so is this the right thing to do or we are doing any wrong thing, and how we have to act when situation comes? So these are all the different questions when any situation comes. So this is a human behavior related. So and meaning of ethics. So the word ethics comes from the Greek word ethos. So ethos means, so character or behavior. So it is from the Greek word, and it tells about the how people should behave, what is right and wrong. So it tells about the how we should behave, and is it the wrong way or correct way, and also what is right and what is wrong. So here right comes from the Latin word, so rectus, it is meaning of straight or correct, and next good, this comes from the German word meaning of gut. So it tells about the something useful or valuable. So and also ethics tells about what is the goal of human life and what is the best way to live. So this is about the ethics. So what is our human behavior when situation comes? So we have to think about what is right and what is wrong. So and why we have to study ethics? Why study in ethics? So to understand and good and bad behavior, and it helps us make better decisions, because when situation comes, so we have to take decisions. So at the time we have to think about, so we have to think about is this right or wrong, and also we have to take so better choices, better decisions. So ethics, it helps us to take good decisions. So to treat people with respect, honesty and fairness, and also ethics tells about the how we have to treat people, other people with respect and honesty and fairness. So we are in a society, we are many people around us. So whenever we are communicating with other people, So we have to treat other people with respect and honest and fairness, because in society, suppose for example I don't have any ethics, so what I can do, I can cheat, I can lie, and I can steal, or I can hurt other people. So ethics makes society better and more fair. So if you have ethics, so I can't cheat, I can't lie, right, I can't steal, right, I can't hurt other people, right. So ethics will help us to so take better decisions. So it help us to so treat other people with respect to honesty and respect and fairness. And in our daily life, so what are the examples of ethics? So I can say, don't cheat in exams. So you see some students, they will cheat writing in exam hall. And also don't tell lies. So many people, so they will tell lies, right. So respect others. So we have to respect each other. So these are the daily life situation examples. So we should not cheat in exams, we should not tell lies. So we have to respect others. So these are the daily life. And in jobs, what are the examples of ethics? So doctor must not harm patients, right. Teachers must be fair to all students, and people must follow the law. So these are all the different job professions. So different jobs related. So we have to follow these all ethics. So doctor must not harm to the patient. So teachers must fair with all the students. So police must follow the law. So in daily life also, in job role also, we have different ethical questions, right. So wherever we are, we have to follow the ethics. And examples of ethical and unethical behavior. See here, I have given ethical behavior and unethical behavior. So when we talk about ethical behavior, so telling the truth, right. So we have to tell about all the way truth only. So what is unethical behavior? Lying is the unethical behavior. So next one, returning lost money. So this is the ethical behavior. Suppose some people, if they got money from somewhere, so they will keep themselves, right. So keeping lost money, so that is unethical behavior. So next one, ethical behavior, treating everyone equally. This is the ethical behavior. What is unethical behavior? Discriminating based on the religion or gender. So some people, they will do, right, discrimination based on the religion or gender, right. So we have to treat everyone equally. So that is the ethical behavior. So what is the next ethical behavior? Doing your duty honestly, that is ethical behavior. And taking bribes, so that is unethical behavior. So we are seeing in news channels, right. So many people are taking bribes when they want to do any work, right. So whatever we are in any job profession or in our daily life, so we have to follow ethical behavior. So we should not follow the unethical behavior. So we have to tell always truth, and also we have to treat people equally, and also we have to be honestly behavior in the society. So these are all examples of the ethical and unethical behavior. So as I said earlier, so I gave some definition about ethics, right. Ethics is about so what is right and what is wrong, what is bad and what is good, right. So we have, and also I told about ethics is about rules or principles that help us to decide what is good and what is bad, what is correct and what is wrong, right. So we have some differences, ethics versus morals. So ethics means, so these are the rules made by society or job role to do the right thing. And what is the example of ethics? So suppose some people went to the hospital, so doctor keeps that patient information secret, right. That is the ethical behavior of the doctor. This is the perfect example for the ethics. And what is the definition of moral? So personal beliefs of right and wrong, so it is called moral. So what is the example of moral? So for example, if someone helping poor person, so because it helps, feels good, right. So that is the example of the morals. So nature of ethics. So we know that ethics is about the helping people to do right thing, right. So whenever situation comes, whenever you are doing any job or any profession in our daily life, so in ethical behavior, what is the main point? we have to do right thing. And also whenever we do anything, we have to think about ourselves, is this right or wrong or correct or bad. So and also it focuses on the fairness, responsibility and virtue. So we have to do anything with fairness and responsibility and virtue. And there are different nature of ethics. So here first one is ethics is a normative science. So it tells about the ethics. Ethics is not just about the what people do, but about what they should do. So suppose whenever we do any work, so we will do right, when situation comes, when task comes, we will perform any task, right. So that ethics will tell about the what we have to do, and also it tells about the what they should do. So not only about what people do, which bioethics tells about and what they should do, and it teaches values, not just fact. So it teaches the values. So next one is ethics is a science of character. So ethics is about human behavior and decision making. Earlier I said that human behavior. So when situation comes, what is right, what is wrong, we have to think about, right. And also decision making. So ethics, it help us to take good decisions in our life, right. So it tells us what is right, what is wrong, and what is our duty in our life or profession. And next one, ethics is not a practical science. So like ethics gives the guidance, and but it is not like medicine or engineering, which are used for fixed problems. And ethics help us to the best way to live. So in our life, how we have to live, best way, what is the best way. So ethics teaches us what is the best way in our life, and also it gives the guidance. So how to we behave in society, in profession or job, it guides us. So next, ethics is not an art. Art means what we will tell, arts means skills and results, right. So ethics is about motive and doing the right thing even if no one sees it. So ethics, it tells about the it tells about the motivate, right. So motivation, so doing the right thing. So whenever we do anything, we have to think about this, so that is correct or wrong, and we have to do always right thing. And if someone sees also, not seeing also, no problem, but we have to do always right thing. So ethics is not an art. So for example, a good person is not someone who just knows what is right, but someone who does the right thing. So for example, if you take any person, he knows everything, what is right, everything he knows, but someone who does the right thing. So doing right thing is important, knowing everything is correct, and also we have to do the right thing in our life or professional life is important. So ethics tells about the what we have to do right thing in our daily life. So ethics is not just theory, it is about how we live and how we treat others and how we build a better society. So good ethics means good society, right. So ethics teach about the how we have to live in the society and how we treat others in society, and also how we build a better society. So then these are the ethics will teach us how we have to behave in the society. And ethics in different professions. So there are many professions in society, right. So for example, if you take doctor profession, so what is the ethics of that doctor profession? So they do not harm patient, right. So every day in hospital many people visit the doctor, right, for treating many diseases, but doctor should not harm patient, right. So this is the ethical behavior. If doctor should not harm patients. If doctor does the harm the patient, so that is unethical behavior, right. So next one, what is the next profession of ethics? Engineers. So engineer, what they should do? Build safe buildings and machines. So safe building they have to make, and machines also they have to make safe. And next one, teachers. So what is our teacher ethical behavior? Be fair to the all students, right. So ethical behavior. And scientists also one of the profession. So we should not lie in the research, right. Whatever they do research in the research laboratories, so they should not lie and they should not make up the data, they should not change the results, right. So next one is businessman. So businessmen, what they have to do in ethical behavior? They do not cheat the customers, right. So they will deal every day, they will talk with various customers, right? So when they want to do the right thing, so they should not cheat customers. So this is the different profession whenever we will see ethical point of view. So next one, how to practice ethics. So we came to know that what is ethics and what is difference between ethics and morals, a different profession in ethics. So first of all, ethics teaches what to do, what not to do. So we have to do always right things, right? For example, after learning the class, I felt that I have to do right thing. So I have to follow the ethics. So how we have to practice ethics in our life? So I have given 4 points here. So if you remember all these 4 points, then we will follow all the ethical behavior in society daily life. So think before you act. So this is the first practical one in our society. So whatever we do anything, so before that we have to think once. So is this the correct way, this is the wrong way, this is the right one or bad one. So we have to think before doing anything. Next one, ask yourself, so is this right? So whatever you do task, whatever you help others, whatever you do anything in our daily life, so we have to ask ourselves, is this right or is this wrong or this is correct or wrong or good or bad? We have to ask ourselves. So next one, listen to your conscience, inner voice. So that inner voice important, right? So whenever you are performing any task in daily life or lab or classes, whenever you are talking with other friends or in your hostel mates or any task, whenever you go anywhere, so how with talking with other people, so we have to, whenever you are finishing any task, doing any task, we have to think about your inner voice. So that is also important. So lastly, we have to be honest, kind and fair. So we have, whenever we do any task in our daily life, so we have to be honest. We have to do honestly way, and also we have to be kind with other people or in our duty, and also fair. So these are all 4 important points. If you follow all points, so daily life, so 100% we will follow the ethical behavior. So we have to think about whatever we do initially, and also we have to ask ourselves, so is this the right thing or wrong thing? And also we have to listen our inner voice before doing anything, and also we have to be honest and kind and fair whenever you do any task. It is a profession life or maybe daily life. And so I have given one example, quick activity. So like if your friend is cheating in exam hall, what you will do? So this is the example of one quick activity. So just think about this one. So if your friend is cheating in exam hall, what you will do? So you are writing on exam in exam hall. So in front of you, your friend is there. So he is cheating in exam hall. Then after seeing you, what you will do? So I have given 3 options here. First one is help him cheat, and B1 is staying quiet, and C1 stop him and explain it is wrong. So which option do you want to choose if you are seeing your friend cheating in exam hall? So think about this question, and when you are seeing any unethical behavior, so you have to talk with your friends also. So help them, guide them to ethical behavior. So this is the one quick activity. So think about this type of questions in our daily life. So next one, scope of ethics. So what is the scope of ethics? So we know that ethics studies human behavior, especially moral actions. So we know what is good, what is right, what is bad or what is correct. So it helps us understand, so what is our duty in our daily life, and what makes an act good, and how do we live in a society. So in daily life or professional life, so what is our duty, we have to think about that. So ethics help us, and ethics help us make an act good. So whenever you do any task in our life, so every day, so we have to do good thing only, always like right thing. And how do we live in a society? So that is also ethics teaches us. So in society we are living, so how we have to behave in our society, like good behavior or bad behavior, how to take better decisions. So ethics helps us in daily life. So first one is here I have given some interlink between some different aspects. So first one is ethics and society. So how we can link ethics versus society? So every society has rules, values and traditions, right? So ethics teaches us respect these and to live with honesty, kindness and responsibility, right? So we are in a society, we have various rules and values and traditions, right? So if you know about the ethics, so if you follow the ethics and if you teach that, ethics help us to respect all the above values, and we have to live in a society with honesty, and we have to be in kindness in society, and also responsibility in society whenever we are doing any work. And also it helps us to balance individual freedom and also social duties. So ethics is important in all areas of life, like family life, school life, work life and community. So this way we can link ethics with ethics and society. So ethics is important in the society. So like different areas of life, like as I said, family, profession, family, school, work and community. And next one, and there are three main branches of ethics. So first one is meta ethics, next one is normative ethics, and third one is applied ethics. So what is the meaning of meta ethics? So things about where our moral values come from, like religion or society. And what else about the normative ethics? So it gives rules for the how we should behave. So in our society, how we have to behavior is how it is. So normative ethics, it gives the rules for our behavior. And applied ethics, so looks at the real life problems and ask, is this action right or wrong? So this is called applied ethics. So we have many real life problems. So whenever we are working with real life problem, so we have to ask ourselves, is this action right or wrong when we are doing any task? And next one is, what is engineering ethics? So ethics here, one engineering ethics, and engineering ethics is the part of applied ethics. As I said, engineering ethics related to real life problems, right? So that engineering ethics teaches how engineers should behave in their job role. So in engineer students, after finishing the BTech, so they will do jobs in different professions, right? So in that job role, how engineers should behave here. So engineering ethics will teach us, help us decide what is correct or wrong, and it guides them to make safe, honest and fair choices. In engineering students, in their job role, engineering ethics, it helps us to make safe decisions, honesty and fair choices. And next one, types of engineering ethical situations. So there are two types of engineering ethical situations. One is macro ethics, next one is micro ethics. So as I said, macro ethics means big issues in society, right? So big issues in society. What are the big issues in society? Like example, climate change, social justice, new technologies. So daily life we are getting new technologies, right? So these are all big issues in society, and climate change also one big issue. Social justice is also one big issue. So macro ethics, it tells about the big issues in society. So whenever you are working in big issues, so we have to think about what is right and wrong. And next one is micro ethics. So that is called individual engineer actions, like individual person choices, actions. Like example, safety at work and working with clients and fair treatment of team members. Suppose for example, if you are working in some software company, so you are the boss. So here fair treatment of team members. And we have to, suppose you are a marketing manager, so working with clients, so and safety at work. So this is called macro ethics. And next one, so we have seen what is the meaning of ethics and what is difference between ethics versus morals, and we have seen examples also, different profession in ethics. And so finally summary. So ethics help us know what is right and wrong. So if you know, after finishing this class we came to know, right, what is ethics. So ethics helps us what is right and what is wrong. And also engineering ethics helps engineers protect people and the planet. So we are doing different job profession in society, right? So we are all engineers, we have to protect the people and the planet, right? So different theories help us think in different ways, and as I said, good ethics equal to better world. So if you are following good ethics, we will see the better world, right? So the ethics teaches us about good conduct, moral values, and how to live life. So ethics teaches us so how we have to be good conduct in society, in daily life. So what are the moral values and what are the moral principles? So how we have to live better way in the society. So how to live in well. And ethics is not just a subject to study about, a guide to live a good and meaningful life. So it is not like subject, so it guides us how to live good and meaningful life, and also it helps us make better choices for ourselves and society. So it helps us to take better choice in our daily life in society. So this is about ethics. So see, I have given two images, what is right and what is wrong. Here I have given ethics and honesty, respect and integrity. So this is about the ethics. So now I am going to discuss about bioethics. So here coming next topic is bioethics. So here after finishing bioethics class, we can get to know all these things. So these are the learning objects. So first of all, we can understand what bioethics means, and next one, know why bioethics is important, and learn examples of bioethical issues, and last one, understand the basic principles of bioethics. So after finishing this class, we can to know so what is the bioethics and why bioethics is important, and what are the examples of bioethical issues. So what are the basic principles of bioethics. So after finishing this, we can know everything. So what is bioethics? So we know previous class we have seen ethics, right? So ethics is about what is right, what is wrong, what is good and what is bad, right? So it is also, because here only difference is bio. So here the study is about bioethics, the study is about what is right, wrong in biology, medicine and science. So it linked with the science and medicine and biology, right? So it is study about what is right, what is wrong in biology, medicine and science. So it helps people make good and fair choices when dealing with life and health or nature. So what is right, what is wrong. So whenever people work with these healthcare sector, nature with life, so it helps us to take good and fair choices. So this is the definition of bioethics. So it tells us how we should treat others in healthcare sector. So when we want to know about bioethics, so it helps us how we have to treat in healthcare sector others, how we should use science and technology in responsibility. Here responsibility is very important. So some people work with the biology, medicine and science. So whenever they are doing any research work or they are discovering anything, they are finding any new thing. So if they are using science and technology in their daily life, so they have to work with responsibility. And we have to treat others in healthcare sector, bioethics teaches, and also how we can protect the environment for the future generation. So these are all different points. So the bioethics teaches so how we treat others in healthcare sector, how we have to be responsible when we are using science and technology, and how we have to protect the environment so for future generations. So today scientists can do amazing like this. So we all know a bit about everything. So scientists can do many amazing things, like we can do change genes, and we can create new medicines and do organ transplantations and make babies using technology like IVF, right? So these are all amazing things scientists can do. These are all nowadays scientists can performing all these tasks. They are changing genes, we are creating new medicines, we are doing organ transplantation. So and also IVF technology is there for making babies. So these are all amazing things are happening in the society. But with this puffer, there is also a risk of doing something harmful, right? So with this puffer, there is also a risk of something harmful. So that is where bioethics helps. So it sets rules and limits for what we should and we should not be done. So whenever you are working with science and technology, we should know the rules and limits and what we should do and what we should not done. So when we are working with the science and technology like medicine or biology, so we should follow all the rules. And also it helps scientists and doctors make safe and fair decisions. For example, you are a doctor, you are a scientist, so you have to take safe decisions and fair decisions. And also bioethics asks some questions like is it okay to clone animals? So this is the bioethical question. So who should get the transplant first, and should people be allowed to choose dye? So these are three different bioethical questions. So we have to think about that. Free time once think about all the questions. So in coming slides also I have given more bioethical questions. So whenever this question comes, we have to think ourselves. So we have to take good decision when we are doing any task. So like, is it okay to clone animals? Who should get a transplantation first? And should people be allowed to choose to die? So these are the different bioethical questions. So think about all these questions. And from medical ethics to environmental ethics. So because bioethics started mainly in the medical field. So here medical field. So we have some questions in bioethical questions. So who should get vaccinated first in pandemic? So pandemic time. So who should get vaccinated? This is one of the bioethical questions. So is it right to allow euthanasia like mercy killing? And can someone refuse medical treatment due to their religion? So these are all the different bioethical questions. So we have to think about these questions. And bioethics has grown, and we can also ask many questions like, is it okay to change the genes of plants and animals? And are we polluting the earth to be too much? And how can we live in a harmony with nature? So these are all nowadays these are all questions are coming. So is it okay to change the genes of plants and animals also? And are we polluting the environment too much? So how we live in a harmony with nature? So these are all the different medical ethical questions and also environmental bioethical questions. So we have to think about all these bioethical questions. And who introduced the term bioethics? So the term bioethics was introduced in the 1970 by Arthur Van Rensselaer. He is an American scientist. So he believed that biology, ecology and medicine and human values should all work together. So next one, why bioethics is important today? Because bioethics help us make fair choices in medicine and research. So whenever we are working with medical sector or research sector, so we have to take fair choices, right? So we have to follow bioethics, then only we can take good choices and good decisions. So use new technology wisely. So we have to use wisely wherever you are working with new science and technology and biology field or medical field. So we have to use the technology wisely, and we have to protect the human dignity and freedom and life. So protecting the human dignity is important, and respect the planet and other living beings, because bioethics helps us all the way. So we have to think about all these things. And also bioethics important because it respects human life, and also it protects the environment, and also it sets moral limits on what science can do. So bioethics, it respects the human life, and also it protects the environment. Protection environment is important, and also it sets moral limits on what science can do. So whenever you perform any task related to science and technology, medical field or research field or biology field, so we have rules and limits. So then only we can that limits, and we have to follow the rules and limits so that we can perform the task. So we have to think what is right, what is wrong. So science is growing fast. So as I said, we are changing genes and create life in the labs, and also we are using animals and humans in experiment purpose, right? So in biological research we are using clinical trials we are using experimentally animals and humans, right? So in lab also we are creating life, right? So we are changing genes in animals and plants, right? Gene cloning, right? So but it is important, but should we do everything just because we can? So this is important, because whenever you do anything like doing experiments with animals and experiment, so creating life in the lab and changing genes in plants and animals, so we can do all these things, but should we do everything just because we can? So we have to think about this question. So whatever we do, any task in our life, so we have to think about, is this correct or wrong? Then we have to take right decision when we are working with medicine, biology, science and technology, right? And also bioethics helps scientists, doctors and government decide so what is safe and what is fair and what respects life. So and bioethics, it helps us, the government also, doctors also, scientists also, so with using with medicine and science and technology, biology, so we have to know the bioethics help us what is safe, and it helps us what is fair, and it helps us what respect life. And also without bioethics, science may harm people, animals and environment. Suppose for example, if you are not following bioethics not at all, then science may harm people, animals and environment. So we have to follow the bioethics. We have some certain rules and limits when we are dealing with the science and technology, right? So topics bioethics covers. So these are all different topics related to bioethics. First one is genetics, you know, right? Like gene editing, like changing of genes in plant and animals, right? So next one, procreation, like IFB technology or sperm donation. So this is also bioethics. And end of life decisions, like example atheism. So some of the points we will discuss coming slides. So cloning, right? Animal cloning and plant cloning, right? And organ donation. So this is also one of the important point. And testing on animals and humans, this is also one of the bioethical question. And use of nanotechnology and pollution and environment and abortion. So these are all different areas that bioethics covers. So from these all points we can make some bioethical questions related to abortion, pollution and environment. So all these bioethics covering areas, so we can ask ourselves. So we can ask ourselves what are the bioethical questions come, and whenever we are working with all these aspects. So if you are working with genetics, for example, if you are a doctor, if you are working with abortion with some other people. So before doing, whenever you do any task, we have to think ourselves, is this right or wrong, and we have some rules and limits, right? So we have to follow all these things. Next one, so I have given here real life examples. So this is the situation, and here bioethical questions. So this is related to bioethics. So as I have given some example previously, so here I am giving some various situations. Here I have only given bioethical questions also. First one here, gene editing in babies. So this is the situation of bioethics, and what is our bioethical question? So is it okay to change human genes? So if you are a if you are a person working with genetics, so if you want to change the genes in babies, so before doing that the task, we have to ask ourselves, is it okay to change human genes? That is bioethical questions. So we have to think, is this right or wrong? Then only you can perform. We have to do right thing always. And next one is animal testing. So this is the situation of bioethics. And what is the ethical question? Is it right to test animals? So this is the bioethical questions, because experiment we are using different animals, right? So these experiment may harm to the different animals, so it may die also sometimes. So we have to think, so is it right to test on animals? And next one is organ donation. This is also one of the situation in bioethics. So who should get organs first? So this is bioethic question. So is it poor person should get first, or rich person should first get organ donation first? So these are bioethics question. So we have to think. And next one is abortion. So if you are a doctor, so if you want to do abortion, then we have to think when is it okay to stop a pregnancy, so is it correct way or wrong way. So before doing operation, so we have to think about this bioethics question. If it is the right thing, so we have some limits and rules we have to follow. And last one is euthanasia. So what is the ethical question? Can a person choose to die if they are in pain? So for example, if someone unhealthy person, so he or she want to die in hospital, so they are able to tolerate that pain, so that person want to die. So is it okay that person want to die? So these are all different bioethical questions. So here are different bioethical situations. So we have to think about all these bioethical questions. So we have to answer ourselves, and is it right or wrong, we have to see. So when situation comes, when we are working with a different profession, we are working with a different science and technology. So before doing any task, we have to think ourselves, is it right or wrong. So next one, here 4 main principles of bioethics. So here there are 4 main principles. So the 4 principles we should follow in bioethics. So these 4 principles guide decisions in medical and life sciences. So these 4 principles, so it guides us in medical field and life sciences. So what are the 4 main principles? First one is autonomy, like freedom to choose. So example I have given earlier. So people have the right to make their own choices about their health and body. So for example, I gave example. So that person want to die in hospital because unable to tolerate that pain. So that first principle tells about the freedom to choose. So any person, they can take their own choices related to their health and body. So for example, a patient has the right to say yes or no to the treatment. So freedom to choice is there with respect to the medical field and health and body. So next one is beneficence and do good. So this is the second one. So we should help others act in their best interest, especially in healthcare. So in healthcare sector, so we should help others act in their best interest. So we have to help each other. So example, giving proper treatment to cure diseases. So we have to help each other in medical field, healthcare sector. So we have to treat the patient with better treatment, right? Proper treatment. So third one is non-maleficence, like do not harm. So we should not harm to other people. Do not harm others, especially patient. So this follows the rule. First, do not harm. So in life science sector and medical field, so we should not harm other people. So we should not think about this. So we have to help others. So example, avoid dangerous experiments in medical field or life sciences. So we should not do dangerous experiment. So it should harm the other people, others. So last one is justice, be fair. So everyone should get equal treatment, especially when resources are like organs and medicines are limited. So everyone should get the equal treatment. So example, distribute medicine to both rich and poor. So there is no inequality. So we have to treat all the people equally. So example, like we have to distribute the medicine both the rich people and poor people also, if some resources are limited. So these are all the 4 main principles we have to be followed in the bioethics. First one is freedom to choice, and next one is do good, and next one is do not harm, and be fair. So these 4 principles we have to follow in the bioethics field with respect to the medicine and life sciences. Bioethics in different fields. So we can use bioethics in different fields, like different profession. So I already given some previous examples. Here also I am giving different fields. So first one is medical field. So medical field, what we can say, bioethics related, and patients' rights are important. Organ donation is important. So organ donation and patient right. So this is related to bioethics. And biotechnology field, and genetically modified organisms. So here bioethics comes, and gene editing, and here also changing of genes. So organ donation, as earlier said, I give an example, right? Poor person want to get organ donation, and rich person also want to get the donation. So who should get first? We have to think about that bioethical question. And patient right also I have given one example, right? So that patient want to die in hospital, unable to tolerate pain, right? So that freedom. And next one is environment. So pollution related and saving animals. Saving animals means doing experiments on animals, right? So bioethics. And pharma industries. So fair clinical trials. So we have to do fair clinical trials, because if you are not doing fair clinical trials, if that medicine or some other injection or drug comes to the market, if you are taking that harm to the people, right? So before doing that, every task we have to think about what is right and what is wrong. So these are different medical fields, so we can apply different bioethical questions. So I have some quick activity. I am giving one question here. So think about this one, and we have to ask ourselves. So if we had one kidney and someone rich needed it, but a poor man also needed it, who should get? So this is quick activity. So think about this question. So if we had one kidney and rich person also needed, and poor person also needed, and but who should get it? So this is the bioethical question. So think about this and answer it. And examples of bioethics in real life. So what are the real bioethical examples in real life? As I said already I explained this, like abortion. Is it right to end a pregnant? This is bioethical examples in real life. And genetic testing, should we test for disease before a baby born? So before borning the baby, so we should get the diseases genetic testing. And also that in a baby is born, before that we want to know, right, is it boy or girl? So we have to think about that. And stem cell research, is it okay to use cells from the embryos? And cloning, and should we make copies of animals or humans? And incision, is it right to help someone die if they are in pain and want to end life? So some questions we are already discussed in 4 principles of bioethics. So these are all in different fields, real examples of real life. So we have to think about that whatever we do. Why bioethics important in biotechnology? So we know, right, how biotechnology helps to improve farming area, medical area, and cosmetics area, and the environment. So biotechnology helps us to improve all these areas. But we need bioethics to ask all these questions, like, is it safe for people and nature, and are we crossing any moral lines, are we respecting all living things? So whenever we are working with science, biology and medical field, so we have to think about all these medical questions. Are we crossing any moral lines when we are working with science and technology? Are we respecting all living things? And is this safe for people and nature? So whenever working with biology, medicine and science, when we are discovering anything, whenever finding anything, so we have to think about all things, we have to do right thing always. And here I am linking bioethics with different areas, like first one is bioethics and economy, next one is bioethics and politics, and bioethics and public opinion. So first one, bioethics and economy, because in science, when we are using science and technology, medical field and biology field, we are making many type of products, right? So science and medicine make a lot of money using these products. So here you see biotech earned over 641 billion in 2020. So bioethics ensured that the rush to make money, but it is important, we still follow moral rules and what is right. So whenever we are working with science and technology work, so we have to follow the moral rules and do what is right. So this is economic point of view, we are linking bioethics with economy. Next one is bioethics and politics. So bioethics also important to the government, because different laws about the IVF technology and organ donation and genetics, like change over time as science grow. So we have different laws, right? So organ donation, genetic change over the time in plant and animal. So government matters, they are making all these laws, right? So leaders must update these laws and listen to the public and make fair rules for everyone. So we are the leaders in the government, so they have to listen public opinion, and we have to, government should update these laws, and they have to listen the public, and they have to make fair rules for everyone. So this is about the bioethics and politics, right? Next one is bioethics and public opinion. So public opinion is very important, right? Whenever you are working in a society, so government and scientists must listen to the what people think about issues like cloning, gene editing, and new treatment. So they have to take feedback from the people. So they have to take public opinion from different areas like gene editing and new treatments. So and also in some cultures individual choice is more important, and also in others family or community values may come first. So likewise we can link with bioethics and public opinion. And next one, bioethics and society. So how we are linking the society with bioethics? So we have different laws, different countries and culture have different laws and beliefs. So in our India we have some different laws and different beliefs, and different countries they have some different laws and beliefs. And also important, what is allowed in one country might not be allowed in another country. Suppose before born a baby, we should not allow to checking that the baby is a boy or girl, but in some other country they are allowed. For example, rules for abortion or organ donation can be very different around the world. So these are the examples. So next one is bioethics in biotechnology. So we know that biotechnology is the science of using living things. So we are using science and technology for making products like agriculture and medicine and different fields. So we have to ask, when we are working with biotechnology, we have to ask bioethical questions. Are we using this science in a way that is safe, fair and good for the people and nature? So when we are working with biotechnology, so whenever we do any task in the research laboratory, so we have to think about, is it safe, we have to do always fair, and we have to do good for the people and nature. So this is important. So this is about the bioethics in biotechnology. So coming to the summary about this bioethics. So bioethics help people make right decisions in science, medicine and environment. So we know, right? So as earlier said, the bioethics means what is good, what is right, what is bad and what is wrong. So with relation with the science, medicine and environment. And bioethics protects our life, our health, our freedom and fairness. So it helps us our life in better way and freedom and fairness. And also bioethics stops harmful action with respect to life and health, and even something is in scientifically possible. If somebody want to do any scientifically something but it harms to the people, so we should not allow them to do that type of actions. So that bioethics stops this type of harmful actions. And also bioethics asks important moral questions about what we should do and what we should not do. And also bioethics teaches us respect life and act responsibly and think before doing in science and medicine. So we have to, bioethics helps us, we have to respect life, and also whenever you do any task in our life, so we have to do responsibly. Is it research in medical field or science field or biology field, if you are discovering anything. And also if you are working with science and medicine, so think before doing whatever you do in research field or biology field or medicine field. So bioethics teaches better choice in our life, and also it helps build a fair and safe future for everyone. And also it reminds doctors, scientists and governments to respect human dignity, fairness and life, whether they are treating patients, doing research or making new laws. So it helps us how we have to be living the life to take better decision. So So whenever you are working with science and technology and medicine, we have to take better decision, we have to do right way. So we have to think about always whenever working with the science and medicine and environment and biology, so is it right or wrong way, or we have to do right thing. So this is all about the bioethics. So this class I have discussed about ethics and also bioethics. So I have given some various examples with respect to ethics, and also I have given bioethical examples. So in coming class, so I will take one more topic in ethics and IPR subject. So we will discuss again. Thank you so much, one and all.